Yeah. This your boy Rocdastar. And we here. We good. We Gucci. We hood. But never fruity. Now, I want to continue something that I said in the previous video that I left on the topic of troublemaking, but it's based on that topic of the politics with the political issues. Now, remember when I was speaking about how the Republicans may want to propose for taxpayers for the taxes to increase so police can be paid no matter how many arrests they make, and Democrats might oppose that and enforce for police to make their money based on commission, which means that they get paid based on how many arrests they make. So per arrest, they might make maybe $100 for themselves and every law official. So what I want to highlight is this. I want to highlight the downsides to both sides. See, because if police are paid regardless of how many arrests they make or don't make, then that can default to laziness. In other words, if somebody get murdered, any crimes that's committed, period, they can ignore it. They can ignore the arrest, whereas their family members and friends or people that's associated with them or their family members and friends can get away with crime, but they're still getting paid. And that's not right. So that's the downside to police being paid no matter what for their work, when they could just be lollygagging and hanging out and chilling. And they're not really fighting crime, but they're still getting paid. You feel me? They somewhere getting their sex on and they're still getting paid. Now, for the downside to the commission, whereas they get paid per arrest, which, personally speaking, I agree, whereas all law police officers and state officers and federal agents are paid at minimum wage, the federal minimum wage and the state minimum wage and the city minimum wage. Whereas with the commission, this might increase or agitate police to be agitating criminals to commit crimes and helping criminals to commit crimes, but misleading people who are not so knowledgeable about the crimes that they commit so they can make arrests. So if I instigate a beef between two people so they can have a fight, that's an assault charge, which I know about. And if I'm a cop, I know who to arrest. Whoever hit who first. I don't care. I just want the arrest so I can make the money. So agitating crime may become an epidemic within the police force nationwide, or should I say worldwide. And this is what's going on anyway. But let's just say if they was just living that way based on commission, then they would rely on making arrests. Then they would be breathing up everybody's asses every step of the way. So what do we do about this problem? Well, I told you. The minimum wage, whatever the minimum wages are for normal employment, must be exceeded by city minimum wage regulations. In other words, if you are a city employee working at a minimum wage, it must be more than normal minimum wage. If you are a state employee, the state employee minimum wages must be more than the city minimum wages. If you are a federal employee, then federal minimum wages must be more than state and city. And they're able to exempt from those taxes. So if you are a federal employee, you can exempt from state and city taxes. If you are a state employee, you can exempt from city taxes. If you are a city employee, you can't exempt from any of them but city taxes. You get where I'm coming from? So if you are a state employee, you can exempt from state and city. If you are a federal employee, you can exempt from state and city, federal, state, and city taxes. From paying those taxes. So this must be an issue that must be handled and regulated within the government. And I know it is, but for me to be talking about it in the simplest form that you can imagine. Now, what I want to say also, I believe that the military should have more power than federal employment. In other words, military deal with foreign issues, and to me, they're the most high. They parallel the executive branch, which is federal, but they deal with foreign issues. So since the executive branch is the only branch that is able to deal with foreign issues, they should have their own tax bracket where they don't pay federal, state, or city taxes at all. They don't have to pay no taxes. So if you're in the military or you're in the executive branch, you should not be paying any taxes at all. And this is why Donald Trump had got caught, because he tried to jump into the executive branch and become president so he can exempt from all of the taxes, state, federal, and city, federal, state, and city taxes. But they're bringing charges up on him before he got into the executive branch, and he know that. So all of the money that he owes previously, before he even ran for president, is the money that they want back, the IRS. So the U.S. Department of Treasury know they have to go at him, and they have to check his estates and all of that for personal confidential documents and stuff like that he may have to prove to prove his guilt, to prove that he is a criminal and evading taxes. So this was something that I figured that I needed to discuss in a video for those who are not so really into politics, but they like to listen to my crazy ass. And they like the way I swing it, so to speak, because I'm gonna simplify what is being said, because they don't want to hear all of the fancy wordplay and stuff like that. So I'll make it short and sweet. But anyway, I just wish everybody a happy New Year's and Black Holiday, and yes, definitely, I'm going to be starting on my new album, finishing the other album, Until We Rich, which I had, made a couple of errors on. I'm sorry it took so long, but, my money is tied, and I've been doing a whole lot of other things and, handling a lot of stuff. But don't forget the breathing techniques. Remember what I said. Breathe in 5 times hard. or more. And the phlegm will come to the back of your throat, spit it out, and then give a hard cough, a really, really hard cough, and spit it out. This way, you clear up your chest, and you clear up your, all of the mucus that be in your head. But peace. One, Rocdastar, I'm out, y'all.